Good evening. How is everybody? How's everybody? Hello, Cindy. Hey, Nicole. How you doing? Tuesday night. I know we've been away for a little bit. Not long. A little bit. Well, we left. There we go. Hello, Anna. Hello, John. Kathy. Hello, Laura. How's everyone doing? Seems like it's been longer, but it's only been a few days, I guess. Cheryl.
It's because it's been a long few days.
Lewis. How's everyone doing? We had snow in Jersey, big blizzard. We got a whole whopping 3-4 inches. Everything was shut down. Hey Cheryl, how are you? So yeah, we left you last. Hey Patricia, we were interviewing Jason, and hey Kay, that was Thursday night, right?
Yep, Thursday.
Yep, Thursday. Okay. And maybe I could just bring you and Colleen on. Maybe that's the trick to this whole getting
Stay
you
in my lane.
to talk. Hey, Christopher. Carlos, how are you? And Jason interview went really well.
I think it did more than really well. I thought it was, it took a totally different turn than where it started out.
It
got personal.
Really informative too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, even like, you know, if you know Jay and I know him, but we don't know him well. I mean, we've talked to Jay.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. Jay's an honest guy. It's true. He's an honest guy, and he doesn't pull a whole lot of punches. Mm-hmm. So we didn't have a deep discussion before we went on. We just talked about general stuff, and then it was same as always. Ask whatever you want to ask, and I knew. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, we got a lot of compliments about that interview. We had a lot of people, even my nephew, who's 40-ish, he was like, you know, that interview is really, you know, people open up and say things, you know, that they wouldn't, you know, and I'm just like, well, we don't plan it that way. It just kind of happens.
Hi, Cindy, David, Kathy.
But he, you know, he told about the show, what happened with the show, what happened with Grant. And I've spoken to Grant about what happened, and it's a little different version. But I wasn't there, so I have no idea. And but Jay is he is a loyal dude, man. He, you know, he wasn't going to do it without the other guys. He said it, and I know he meant it. Yeah. I mean, he is very loyal to Steve and Dave and Sherry. And you see, like you said, once he got the show back, Dustin came in and Chris Williams came in, and you know, he's that kind of guy. And like I said, going down that path, I wanted to get some paranormal questions in there, and I tried to as much as I could. But when we got to the end there, it was
it became very human and very real.
It happened with Dustin. It happened with Chris Williams.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Jason interview kind of turned towards, thank you, Andrea, turned towards his real life and his father. You know, again, that's the stuff that, you know, people, you watch someone on TV for all those years and you think of the TV guy and, you know, who they are. And, you know, you go on their Instagram and you see pictures of them at home and
but
with
that's
their
the
family
stuff that connects you. That's the stuff that makes you understand and connect with other people when it comes to things like that. That the people who you look up to,
sure,
or you admire, or you hero worship, or whatever, have a deep respect for, and have watched, and you think you know, and then they share, and again, they share a piece of themselves that are very private, that's not for the public, that's behind the scenes, and you get to really see that these people just aren't TV figures or someone you idol or respect. They're human beings that live life just like us.
I mean, you know, even Dustin, same thing. You know, we talk to him, and I appreciate that about people. I do, you know, because it's so easy to be plastic and be, um, you know, just so correct, you know, making sure you're saying the right things and you're not offending anybody and you're pitching, you know, the show and you're talking about things.
Yeah.
I like when people
Kevin just said it. You make it personable, and we don't attack people.
No,
there's no reason to attack anybody ever.
There's something we'll talk about in a minute, but you know, with the Jason thing, you know, people don't know who people are most times, and they don't know where people came from most times. You know, you look at everyone, you TV, whatever, and you think, well, look at this great person, great life. They get to go out and, you know, they're on TV
because that's your perception.
Yeah, but he went through some stuff and very human stuff, and he could have. We talked about that briefly, and we're not going to go and rehash the whole thing, but you know, I came from a place where my father left when I was 2 years old, and he abandoned my mother, my three siblings, and my mom was deaf, and you know, and we were on welfare, and my father never looked back, you know, and I could have went a lot of different ways, you know, my sisters, and yet, you know, everybody, you raise your kids and they can be different, you know, even though you raise them great, they can meet the wrong guy or the wrong person and wrong group. But, you know, as long as you grow and evolve and try to be a good person, even if it takes a while, you know, that's really all that matters, you know. But that's enough about that. But I enjoyed that interview, and you know, I texted him after and I thanked him, and he said it was a great talk. Hey Gil, hey Deb, and I again, I thoroughly enjoy those because you never know which way a conversation's going to go.
You don't.
Know, even like you said, you know, something as funny as Sherry saying she was named after a horse.
Yeah.
You know, you're like,
what a nugget that was. Yeah, that was amazing.
And again, you don't want to.
Or Rochelle picks up things with her feet.
You don't want to, you know, you don't want to go too deep into that stuff, but you do want to get a little further. They're willing to talk about it, then there's no reason to discuss it. Not to discuss.
Yeah, but there's another point of that too that I really like about discussions and talking with people, and I think sometimes people lose track of that. In the very beginning of when the discussion started, John said his opinion on what he thought about something, and Jason goes, well, I don't agree with you, but I see where you're coming from. And like, you know, and that's what's really cool about having conversations with people. You don't have to agree, but you can still have conversations and talk about it. And it doesn't have to be like, well, if you don't believe the way I do, or you don't buy into what I'm saying, then you're the enemy, and you know, you go over there and you know.
I gotta be honest with you. My plan for most of that interview was to talk about old cases.
I know,
with him and John,
and
John Zappis and all that,
because they have some interesting stories there.
And we you know, we even talked about John afterwards and before we went live. And I was looking forward to some really good stories about, because they're the OGs, man. These guys are the ones out there when there was no TV, there was no TikTok, there was no YouTube.
They're the real deal. They
Yeah,
did it.
They were out
lived
there trying to help people every single day. So,
and it wasn't like trying to get a show, doing it to get a show.
There was no show.
They
There
were
was no
just
such thing.
doing what they were doing.
So I have nothing but respect for all those guys. And hey, Travis, and you know, we talk about respect and you know, things like that, and not attacking people. Unfortunately, the paranormal field has gotten into a place where, like the rest of the world, politics or whatever, where that's the thing. You know, social media is a platform that gives people a voice, and boy, people don't hold back in a lot of cases. And for us, we've always kind of just do what we do and tried to grow our community, and just not really, we know it's out there. We've come into contact with a lot of these people, you know, that are out there. We know a lot of the bad ones and a lot of the good ones, but we just do what we do. And I know other people, you know, they preach about community and stuff as almost like a buzzword. Like they put it in their event description or whatnot, and it's like they're anything but that. But for me, it's we've always practiced what we've preached as far as New Jersey Paranormal. We're not trying to rip anybody off for our events. Anything we do, our ghost hunts, our convention, we have a great time with the people that we do go on events with, and you know, we make friends with a lot of them, and it's just building the community, not the brand. It's about building the community.
Your nephew said something that really resonated with me yesterday, and it was a discussion of what he did, and he was being attacked by someone, and what he was projecting onto your nephew really was about this person, and it caught up with this person. And you actually said, do you feel justified, like you feel now you need to say something? And he said, no, because he took care of himself. I didn't have to do anything. And I thought that was really profound, what he said.
But that's an example of it being everywhere, because my nephew has one of those long beards.
Yeah.
Back in our day, it was a ZZ Top beard, you know, if you're old like us. And there are bearded communities. They talk about products for your beard and how to wear your beard, and they have whole platforms and YouTubes, and
big deal.
My nephew's part of this, where advertisers pay him to promote his products, and there are beard wars. As funny as it sounds, there are beard wars, and like I said, it's everywhere.
But the unique thing of it, and this is where I hope to the very core, and this is what integrity is, this is what morality is. When you attack and you go after anyone, and I'm going to do the tell-all and reveal, and I'm going to dig into this person's personal life so you could see they're really not a good person. We forget that the person on the other end is a human being. You're ripping a human being down. Let them get their own karma. It will come. I don't think anyone needs to justify that. I mean, if you're being attacked by someone and you need to just say, hey, no, that's not true, people are still going to think what they think and going to feel what they feel, and there's nothing you could do about it. But that doesn't mean you got to jump on the bandwagon.
I would, again, we've had our issues with people.
Yeah.
You know, and I would never go here publicly and do a 1-hour video trashing a particular person or a particular group and outing them and telling everything about their character and who they are and what they've done. People will find that, like you said, out on their own. That's not for me to do. For me, it's worrying about me, our relationship, the group, and what we do and how we represent ourselves.
So I'm going to concentrate on me. No, I know they don't, but that's what I'm saying. My view is I am not perfect. I'm a human. I stumble, and I would not want someone to put a spotlight on my mistakes and my missteps.
Some of these are bad people.
Oh, they are. They are. But you know what? They reveal themselves sooner or later.
I wouldn't. Like I said, I think that I wouldn't do it. And again, to each his own, whatever, you do what you do. But there's so much of that already in the world. Do we really have to do videos where we're outing people and trashing people?
No.
I don't think so. But anyway, it just, you see it on your feed, we see it on our feed, and we hear it from the people um, that are out in the field. So we just
True.
we have our tribe. You know what I mean? And we have our friends, and we have our people that we talk to and confide in and stick by, and that's it. You know, that's our circle is fairly small when it outside of you guys for sure. But yeah.
I
So
like it that way.
it's how it is. But getting back to what we're doing and what we'll be doing. I had some personal stuff, family stuff, so that's why we haven't been doing live streams, and even Saturday's event is still in question for me because um, it depends,
But the rest of the team will be
yeah,
there.
yeah. I know
Yeah.
I have no fear about the event being good at all. I don't worry about being there because I know that it'll be just as good, you know. But I've been, I am conscious of the
Hey,
fact that
Brandon Luann.
we have built something, and we have a relationship with you guys, and again, we don't just preach community and all that. We try to set an example, and you guys are important, and the support is important, and but I do enjoy this part. This part is a very, for lack of a better word, welcome distraction sometimes from the real world, and I enjoy doing it. I'm having another, what's that? What's amazing? I call it girls'
Thanks,
night
Jen.
out. I know I'm
It
not.
was.
I know I'm not needed.
We needed one of those,
I know I'm
Jen.
not needed, and
And
I'm
Laura,
just here.
Laura, we don't say the S word anymore. No, we don't mention snow. Not for Saturday.
But yeah, we got the Magic Rock show out of our system.
Did we?
And I was locked in a
Did
room.
we?
I was locked in a room and prevented from
I did shut
coming
the
out.
door.
Well, believe
I
me,
did.
shut the door, made sure I wasn't coming
I didn't
in
want to
here
hear
for
from the
nothing.
peanut gallery while I was doing what
I
I
was
did.
telling people that at the event, and they're like, hey, the discussion was really good. How you feeling? I'm like, my back was hurting. My back hurts
Yeah.
most times. I said, but I was forbade from coming out here and being difficult during that discussion, which I wouldn't have been, but it'd have been written all over my face. It's like if we sat here and we talked about dowsing.
John has his own language without speaking.
If we talked about dowsing rods or orbs or stuff like that,
we didn't.
I get no. I wouldn't.
We didn't.
It's horse shit.
We didn't talk about that stuff. It was very enlightening. I do have to say.
No, I'm just saying it would be equivalent to that. There are
you.
certain things that I'm just like, not
You
for
and
me,
your magic
but that's
rocks.
okay. And she's more than capable of handling that stuff, that part of it. But like I said, getting back to an event this Saturday, which, like I said, I'm leaning towards going, but I'm 50-50. I want to do a live stream again, Creeper Gallery. There's issues with the Creeper Gallery, and we want to support Donna as much as we can there, every way we can, because she's a good friend of mine, and I care about her a lot. So getting back there is important to me because I do enjoy doing it. So I'd like to get there possibly this week if I can. It's been a couple of weeks, so maybe Thursday we'll do that. And I've been trying to set up. We're going to do. Judy Harkey's already locked in for the 29th, doing her spirit art.
Yep.
And I'm getting Gia, what's your last name?
Gilmar.
Something. Not Gilmar. Gilmar or something. I forget it. But she's going to come on again and do that aura art, which I really liked. And me, I'm not a when it comes to the past life and all that stuff, I'm not really. But Gia did this really, really unique thing last time, and she wanted to do something different. And I said, no, let's do this. She was actually drawing the colors of the person's aura. Remember that? She was doing the paintings.
Yeah.
And then doing the readings while she was doing it. I thought that was really cool.
It was fascinating. I've never seen anything like it.
So she's gonna.
Oh, you did. Andrea met with her afterwards.
So she's gonna we're trying to work out a day for that to come back on and do that again too, because I enjoy those lives. I enjoy interviews. Hey Brooke, I like talking to different people about different things, and digging. I'm Anybody who knows me, um, I like to know how people work, like how their minds work and who they are. What color's my aura?
Oh, John McGinnis. John, you had to please. Go there.
We all know, John. We all know.
It's yellow.
We all know. It's yellow. What exactly does that mean? What does it mean? His color? You say my is that what you're saying?
Say that.
Well, what are you implying by yellow? Sunshine?
Could be.
Yeah, exactly. See, the day before Valentine's Day, and I'm getting insulted. See? This is how it works.
I didn't say it, you did.
Thank you, Nicole. Nicole sees. Thank you. Innocent, sweet girl that you think she is. No idea. Tweety bird.
I didn't say it.
No idea. Very subliminal, and then goes, I didn't say anything. What are you talking about?
Said it.
All right. That's okay.
So we just started John McGinnis.
Valentine's Day, yes, of course. We do stuff on that.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, we have plans for tomorrow. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the saintly aura showing through. Thank you, Dan. I have to have that aura because look what I deal with all around me. Look what I deal with. That's why they're making action figures of me, and someone has to beg for a Funko Pop. These are the facts. We all know it. They had to beg for a Funko. Poor Donna felt so bad that she made her a Funko Pop. Whereas Kevin made an action figure of me just for the sake of doing it.
What an action figure.
We all know what it is. Thank you. It is sunshine, bro.
It's sunshine.
I agree. Right. I agree. So, like I said, we're gonna announce another. She did beg, Don. We know you're a friend. It's okay. It's okay, Don. Me and you, John. The stuff I know, Dan. We're saints. You might be a saint too.
That's you think John puts
STP? That's what that STE might mean there, Dan, in the middle there. Short for saint.
You have no idea.
But we haven't announced the event yet. But May 11th is Sterling Hill Mine, and Kalani will be back with us again. And I had a great time with Kalani the last time he was there. He jumps right into all the experiments, man. Kalani's a good guy, and Kalani is such a presence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's a big dude, and he wears that big old cowboy hat. And when he did the first event with us, he wore those fancy boots. And
he did, and we were worried about those.
Like, dude, those boots are gonna get ruined. I think they were ostrich.
Yeah.
So Kalani will be with us May 11th, and again, I'll release those probably in the next day or two. He's gonna have a few more pounds. Yeah, he sure did eat a lot during that European trip. But I enjoy Kalani. Kalani's a good dude. We met him. Hey, there's Nikki. We met him last year, and we interviewed him here, and then we invited him to come to the mine with us. He really likes the mine, and then coming back to the mine, he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And we're in discussions with two more people that you would all know to do events with them down the line, and they're big deals, and it'll be cool to work with them if it works out that way.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see how they interact and do. That's the fun part.
Roger, do you know? Oh yeah, he probably met Kalani at the expo.
At the expo, yeah.
But I do. Kalani, he does this thing where he's got one of those fancy DC whatever recorders that are $3,000, and he does this thing where before he does an EVP session, he says, "Could you say the word banana if you're here to prove it you're here?" And he sat right in front of me and he did it in the office of the mine. And you know what? Clear as day. And you know how those recorders are. Everything it was banana. It was really, really, and he looked at me with a big smile on his face. And I looked at him and I said, holy shit, it works. He goes, it does work often. And I said, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, hey, Celine. So,
he's hands on. He's just right in the mix, right from the start to the end. I really did enjoy.
We did an event with someone. I don't want to mention any names, but we did an event with a person on TV. That's all I'll say. They were on TV, I should say. And this person really didn't know how to, you know, quote unquote ghost hunt with within a group. You know, they had no type of anything with them, not even a recorder, nothing.
No.
And yet every group was going to quote unquote ghost hunt with this person, and people were like complaining, like, "Hey, could you give that person something, because they're literally just standing there telling stories, you know?" And if you've been with us, you know we don't do that, you know. So it was pretty funny to see that a guy like Kalani really knows what he's doing. And others we've been. John Zaffis, John, he loves his Echo Vox. This is true, but John, you know, he's all in. You know, John is so engaged when he's out there investing, and that's what I love about him, because he's been doing this so long that you still see that he's enjoying it. And I've seen him. I see him. You know, I know he investigates with other people that we know, and they all say the same things. And I know he's been with us a few times. He's engaged. He's not just there to be there, to be
no,
John
he's
Zaffis there.
He's in it.
He's listening to what's going on. He's like listening to what you're getting, what I'm getting, what everybody's getting, and he's adding to it and doing his own thing. And I sit back and just like watching, you know, Patrick Mahomes, you know, quarterback. I'm like, look at this guy. You know, he's the master. You know, yeah. As far as the website, hey John, I haven't updated the website yet. I'm usually not one through the years to list all the events at one time. I didn't like listing all the Centenary University events at one time, because I like doing things in order. This event's the next one up. You know, we sell those tickets, and then the next one, and then until we get in like September, October, because there's so many events. Then I release more. But like, I don't like releasing a whole entire schedule. And I know that's better for some people so they can plan. I get that. So I'll put some stuff up on the website, you know, so you guys can see what's up there. But I don't know if tickets will be available for those things. You'll know what date they are. You'll know they're coming. But I don't think there'll be tickets available for anything beyond middle of May.
It also gives the so nobody gets upset or disappointed if, because sometimes scheduling has to be moved that, as you know, further down in the year. So
yeah, definitely, George. George, if there's anything, again, I'll send you some dates if you email. I'll tell you the dates that I know for sure and the places. And it's still kind of in flux. You know, we're working on different things, different places. We may move some stuff around. Yeah. We may not be doing things we thought we were doing and doing some other things. I know that's very cryptic, but and I'm working on adding some, like these people that I mentioned that we may be doing events with. I totally open up the calendar for them. I'm like, you tell me when you're available. We'll pick a place and we'll make this happen. So I know you guys would enjoy that. I would enjoy that, just having them there and hanging out with them. No, Dr. Robinson event already happened. That was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah. So, I, you know, and I doubt we'll be going back there. So, I'm sorry you missed out on that one, John. There, you know, there's other things we want to do. We're even talking about. There's a real good chance that we may take 10, 12 people, and we all kind of chip in together, even us. And we pick a building and we go there and we investigate together. We want to do that. Once the weather gets nice, and I know these places book fast, but we want to pick a building that we've wanted to go to. And that would be fun. We're not sure where that's going to be, but we'll announce it and we'll say hey, look, this is where, and again, you'll know that we're not making a profit off of it because we'll tell you how much the thing it's going to cost us because all these buildings charge. You guys know this, and some charge a lot.
Yeah.
So
and they limit.
Yeah. No, I don't think the Shanley. We've been there and done that. It's going to be somewhere we've never been before.
So we want to go somewhere new.
Yeah, and I, I'm talking one of these.
So we all can experience
one
together.
of these prisons, one of these big mansion or something that people know of.
Asylum.
It's something like that. So, but yeah, that's what we'll do. I love the idea of limiting it to, like I said, a small group of people. We'll all stay there, overnight. Well, I don't mean investigate all night. I mean, we'll hang out. Well, it's going to be someplace we would have to drive to, of course. We'll have to get overnight accommodations, and we'll just. I love the idea. That's what I loved about the Hoover House. The Hoover House was one of the few times, if only times, except for when we went to the Shanley, where we actually got to go to a place, hang out with people before, do the ghost hunt, and if people wanted to continue in their rooms or whatever, they could, or if they wanted to just hang like at the Hoover House, I had the best time doing that, and I want to do that again with, we know the regular groups of people that join us, and we know other people want to be in on that, and it won't be so crazy expensive where like other people, they want you to not only pay for what they're paying for the place, they want to make money off of you as well. We'll just do it where we say, hey, this is what it's going to cost for 10, 12 people to rent that place. Plus, you're going to have to get your room because we're going to have to get a room. And we'll just do it together. Not an event that's paid and anybody's making money or a fundraiser. Of course, the building makes money. But just for us to hang. And you guys go in there, drink wine. Deb, of course. If you see Deb's the garbage cans, the recycle can where Deb leaves one of these overnight places, like the Hoover House, it literally is like overflowing with wine. But I'm kidding. But I think it would be really, really. Maybe we'll do it more than once because I do see people really like the idea. So again, I'll start researching places, and if there's any that you guys want to recommend, you could send me a message through the page, or you could post it on there, and we'll do it. I love that idea because there'll be a point where we're tired, or maybe we just want to go hang. We're done investigating. We just want to go outside the building and hang out with people and talk. Yet leave the other people in there.
We don't have to organize it. We're just going with everybody else and enjoying it and investigating like everybody else.
Yeah, and we could, like I said, we could all be together the whole time investigating, or we could go different areas, especially if it's a big place, and we could go wander. Hey, Linda. So I like that idea, and I like the idea of doing it just as, again, a bunch of us getting together and doing it. Not an event. It's just going to be us renting a place and doing it.
Yep.
I like that idea because it's something I've been wanting to do for years, and we get so bogged down with our schedule. I know the weekends that we have open, especially in the nice weather months, it's just a matter of picking the place, find out how much it is, getting the group of people together. We'll see what it's like for the first one if it goes quick, and then we'll say, hey, you know what? Let's pick another place for 2 months later, and let's get another group of people together.
Patricia asked if we were still in line with, because we had discussed about maybe having a cruise. There's a lot to make that happen. So I'm still trying to figure out with the person if we can make that happen. You don't know.
Did you just give me the finger?
No, I didn't give you that.
Can we rewind that? Did anybody go back and watch the leave? 34 minutes. Go back to 34-minute watch the live. I think she just gave me the finger. I literally saw this come up. Anybody else see that? Watch it. Watch it again. That's going to be on my my reel clip. I say bring sleep back. Again, Laura, I love the idea of sleeping in the building too, because it is that Dan saw it. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Right, bingo. John saw it too. Right before, this is what I get before Valentine's Day.
It wasn't a bird. I
Two
pointed a
things.
finger. They're
Two
just
things.
buying into your cuckoo.
Those two I believe. John McGinnis.
Of course you believe those
John
two.
McGinnis is my Luca Brasi.
Do you see what he said? I got you back.
Thank you.
That means no matter what, I got you back. This is guy code, people. They gang up on you.
Hey, Mitch. How you doing? Thank you. Number
You're
one.
Number one.
Thank you. But like I said, Laura brought up that idea, and I think that's a good idea too. I like the option. I love the idea. Yeah, rub it out. We're all gonna rub it out when we go together for this event. I do like the idea of sleeping in haunted buildings.
Not me.
I love that idea. So for me, there's what the hell is that movie? 1408 with John Cusack.
Of course. Thank you, Debbie. I did not do the bird. I know exactly the finger I put
wine.
Up.
She's not a reliable witness. The movie 1408, John Cusack goes around reviewing haunted bed and breakfast, and he sleeps in there, and like nothing's ever happening until he gets to that one whatever hotel. I've slept in haunted places, and not much has happened. And I haven't done a ton of them, but I would say at least
thank you, Celine.
6, maybe a little more, and nothing has happened. And believe me, I was like a kid on Christmas morning, Christmas Eve, I should say. I would go in that room at night, and everything's settling, and I'm like this.
I had something happen when we went to the bed and breakfast at Cashtown Inn when you were sleeping, and I thought it was you up. But you can't.
You're a jumper. Could have been.
I'm not a jumper. Wrestling, pulling stuff apart out of my suitcase, and I thought you were trying to get your meds, and then you snored next to me, and it scared. I was just like, I realized it wasn't you. It was pitch dark in there.
Well, I've yet to have. And believe me, I get
have.
So disappointed. And Shanley is one of those places, and they were building it up, and we had some activity there. I'm not going to say we didn't, but we slept in this room, and right before I was going to bed, the woman who owns the place, says to me, "Oh, the room you're staying in, the people in there last night had an apparition walk from the bathroom out into the room and then back again. The whole entire night."
You stayed up watching.
One eye open, and I'm looking at that. I'm looking, and I woke up. I was so tired. Oh, there you go. Laura thought of a great idea. No. They would let us do that, Laura.
I wouldn't do it.
And the only I would, because Kalani wants to sleep in there. I think
be my guest.
Sleeping in the mine. Maybe that is something we could arrange for our first ever extreme haunting investigation, and overnight sleep in the mine. I know you wouldn't do it. Celine says she would do it. Dan said he would do it.
I will go in with you guys for a while, and then I'm going to go down to the hotel, and I'm going to get a good night's sleep while you all are getting the crap scared out of you, or something's messing with you.
I'm going to talk to the director of the place. He's offered before if we could do it, and
he wouldn't charge you crazy.
No, I'm there. I'm thinking again, same thing. This is something we're gonna plan for. I don't know how many people.
Well, look at that. Edward said pitch a tent.
Wow.
I can't see.
But it's something I'll talk to the director about. I'm sure he would do it. It's just a matter of figuring out when. I don't know how many people we would do that with. Because I don't want people all over the place, because the mine, there is a liability factor. So I wouldn't want people like wandering, 4 people sleeping there. You know what I mean? We would have to be kind of together in a smaller group. Again, maybe 10, 12 people, do it that way.
Yeah,
12 to 15. That's about... And I'll talk to it. That's something again.
Melissa says I call dibs.
Maybe it would save the drive. Yeah. And again, that would be a little bit of a premium type of event for sure. It would help the mind. We would make sure
Yeah.
that we would do right by them for letting us do that for a whole entire night. And again, we would, you know, bring coolers with us, maybe some thermoses.
I'm happy for
And
you.
I think it would be literally like a Project Fear night where people will be wake, especially if that bang happened. Could you imagine 2, 3 o'clock in the morning?
I don't have to imagine.
And we would sleep right in that corridor.
Good for you.
Right in that corridor.
Yippee-yi-yay.
We would have to figure out how to do that though, because there aren't a whole lot of dry ground areas in the mine. A lot of
I
the
have
time.
an air mattress.
So maybe some cots or something.
Yeah, I have an air mattress. Flask. Yeah, Deb, you got that right. Not Mr. Friendly's room though. There you go, Veronica.
That's where we would sleep by. We would probably sleep right in that corridor there.
Oh yeah, so I would go when you start, but when y'all getting settled into your little night, I'm outie. And that's good because that would leave an open space for someone else to do it. So there, you're welcome.
Yeah, the problem is, as great as that would be to stream it live the whole night, and I would love to do that.
Tuck you in.
There is no Wi-Fi in the mine, so we couldn't do it even if we wanted to. But for the people who were there, it'd be like Blair Witch. We'll all go in, and maybe the morning comes and they open up the mine, and hello? How cool would that be?
For you guys, wonderful. For me, no.
Let's plan for that. Let's plan on the
got that right, Dominique.
The going away trip together, and let's plan on the mine overnight stay. I think maybe I'll check the dates for that we have available. Maybe like June.
Yeah.
Weekend when it was kind of just decent nights outside where it's still warm outside, and and we could definitely cook out, man. We'll bring a grill. We'll cook. I think they have a grill up there. We'll hang. We'll bring a grill. Then we'll all go in for the lockdown. And again, as far as bathrooms, there are bathrooms, but you would have to go out of the mine and cross the parking lot.
It's always in the 50s. You're right.
56.
There's a dampness there too.
Yeah, you would have to leave the mine, and again, it would be the buddy system. So if you were going out, you're not going out alone because there's bears. But let's do that. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to say, if we do, because he's offered it before. He said if we wanted to, we could do it. So, yeah, I'm thinking probably be in June. We'll work around that, Kathy.
Sure, it will be in June when I'm on my cruise.
No, we'll work around that, Kathy. You tell us when.
Talking about the cruise and stuff, if I can work one out for 2025, would people be interested in doing a paranormal cruise? Because I am working with somebody on it. It's just not easy to do. It takes a bit.
I just thought an idea while you were talking about the cruise.
Okay.
Yes. You guys would do the cruise. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt Chris.
I would definitely we'll try to really work to get that cemented for 2025. See, these things are going too fast. I can't read.
No, they're saying I'm in. A lot of people. The overnight mine. Here's the thing. I was thinking of Nicole. That would be cool.
Okay.
We got enough people where we could definitely, book some cabins for sure.
Okay.
But maybe, and this is a big maybe I could arrange it. Well, maybe not. That's not the way to do it, I don't think. I was going to say May 11th. Maybe we could do it after the Kalani thing because we're already up there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's not the way to do it. It would be a weekend where we didn't have nothing because I want to dedicate the whole night to cookout.
Yep.
Going in there, hanging, and then, we'll be go sunny in England. Oh, good for you. But yeah, let's plan on that. Let's plan. I should get my schedule book and see what dates are open for that. Keep them occupied. Talk about Magic Rocks.
So, I will because the person that I'm talking to, I am trying to get the location of where a ship would go out, where we would stop to be able to do, because it takes time to work that out, where to stop to do a paranormal investigation, if we can do do the stuff on the ship. So that's That's kind of what I'm trying to work out, and it does matter to how many people that we say who wants to do it and what's going on. So that's why it's kind of been taking a little bit going back and forth. Battleship North Carolina. A lot of people, that ship's over by my daughter. But you see, with the Battleship North Carolina, you're not allowed to be on there on your own. The staff go with you.
For what?
That Battleship North Carolina.
Yeah,
the staff go
I
on
heard.
the boat
I
with
heard
you, and
I heard that's really lame.
so you pay all that money, and you're not really allowed to be on it on your own. What are you looking up?
I'm looking up. I can't find my dates for the events. They're somewhere around there. Somewhere. I don't have your email there, but again, it's gonna be June. I like the idea of June. I don't want it to be hot. I don't want it to be really, really hot.
They have jacked up prices, insanely high, and loads of drama in areas you can't. Yeah, that's kind of
okay.
Yeah.
Tentative date would be.
You're right, Kathy.
June 15th. June 15th
for the mine.
For the overnight.
All right.
Sleep at the mine ghost hunt. June 15th.
Maybe that's when I need to go visit my daughter.
So again, that won't be a regular where we sell tickets for the whole thing where we, do the 4 hours or whatever. That'll be you show up. I don't know. We'll pick a time. Everybody brings something. She's
going to be on the cruise then. You said June.
Oh, that's the only date I have open in June.
It's right here.
I don't want to get real hot into late. I don't want to get into June 29th because then it's going to be really hot outside.
July, but
yeah.
You got a lot of commitment dates. That's what.
Yeah, that's unfortunately there's not a lot of open, but it'll be one of those. Like I said, it'll be. We'll pick a time to get there. Everybody bring something if you can. We'll bring some burgers. We'll bring some, some buns and stuff. Everybody brings some stuff. So the whatever. If it's 12 of us, we could all eat, share different things. And then we'll hang out outside, wait till it's dark. Don't get dark to 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then into the mine we go.
That's true, but he's saying about being outside and trying to cook and.
No, I'm thinking of hanging outside for a while. We'll probably attract the bears with all that cooking, but.
That's right, tomorrow.
They do have an inside place where we could.
Look at that, Andrea saying hot dogs from Costco's.
But what we'll do, like I said, I'll figure out a way with Bill because the sleeping accommodations we're gonna have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
I ain't sleeping in no sleeping bag.
No, there's no rattlesnakes in the mine.
No.
There's nothing in the mine.
I ain't sleeping in no sleeping bag on the ground. I'm not sleeping on an air mattress on the ground. I don't like bugs. So that ain't happening. I'm like with the Indiana Jones thing. All I feel is creepy critters crawling on me. So I want a cot. So I'm getting me a cot. You guys, you figure out how you want to sleep. Like I said, the mine. And if it were to rain that entire week, by some chance, there's going to be a lot of wet areas in the mine. So it ain't a matter of just maybe a tent, if that's what you want to do.
But the ground is still wet.
Yeah.
And your tent would have to be like really small because that mine, the width.
And I wouldn't want to do that. I would literally want us to be in cots next to each other, like a little. And again, I'd even like me. You don't be too close if I'm snoring in that mine. You're mice as well.
They're so tiny and so very few, and it's only by the outer doors that you'll see the mice. Cots are $25.
Yeah, $25 for cots.
Yeah, the cot is the way to go.
Cot is the way to go. That's the way I'm going.
You've got a sleeping bag and stuff. It kind of like gets
right.
in the way.
Who's going to be sleeping?
Well, that's true.
I'm not
going to be in that mine at night, guys. So, yeah.
I mean, my deal is,
That's right, Melissa.
Ideally, I could see us all being in there till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, actually ghost hunting and stuff. And then we're like, okay, we've had our fill. Let's go back outside and whatever, go get some breakfast and call it a day, which would be cool to do too. So we'll keep it flexible. If you want to stay, you stay. Father's Day weekend, again, Father's Day is Sunday. I mean, that's up to you guys. If you know, I don't want to push it back. I don't want to be in the hot heat of summer. You know, that's just not fun for me. You know, I mean, we could again. We can't even do it in May because we're busy the
Yeah,
entire
May's
month of May.
booked.
So that's it. If you can make it, great. If not, like I said, it's only going to be open to 10 to 12, 15 people tops.
The
I
1st
like,
of July is always busy, right?
yeah, I like the idea of 10 people. Me too. My snoring will keep everybody up, which is why I'm not going to fall asleep. I'll bring a bunch of caffeine with me, and I'll just go straight through, you know. And then Father's Day, I have to spend with my kids anyway, so I'll go home, shower, and then I'll hang out with them. I like that idea. I do. I'll make a cool Father's Day weekend, you know.
It would be.
So when do I got to talk
Got
to
to
them
talk
first?
to him, figure out what the mine's expectation is. So everybody's saying, send me an invoice. He's got to find out what the mine would want to charge for that.
Again, they've got to make their money for,
yeah.
You know, they donate everything to STEM scholarships, and you know, we got to
blame you, Kathy.
We got to make sure we do right by them. So yeah, it'd be an awesome Father's Day weekend. I would love that. We did that before. I think we did the Shanley on Father's Day weekend, and we did. We stayed up overnight. We did the ghost hunt. We stayed up with people. We left at 8 o'clock in the morning so that I could have breakfast with my kids, and then we went out with my kids. So
that was a long weekend.
My husband uses CPAP. Yeah, that'll get out. At the Creeper Gallery tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Valentine's. We're gonna go. We're gonna go see my sister in the hospital.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go. Probably go get some lunch or dinner, or go out to eat somewhere. Spend some time together. And yeah, no Creeper Gallery. That may be Thursday.
Yeah.
Maybe Thursday. So and again, we have the event on Saturday. So 8-hour drive home for you. Wow. Yeah, Dan, that's a hike, but it'll be cool. I don't know if how many people have slept in the mine to do what we're doing, so I think it'll be. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Patricia. I think it'll be cool.
Oh, Colette, I'm sorry.
So look out for that again, and we're going to announce dates for other stuff coming up. As of now, I think there's like one lonely ticket available for Centenary University on April. Is that the 27th?
It's right here, 27th.
27th, yeah.
Yep.
Camp Evans, I don't think we could do that because they're open. The museum's open.
Yeah.
So
that's not.
I don't think there's a day where they're going to close. And if they do, it's probably a Sunday or probably a Monday when they close or something like that. I love the idea of that too, Nikki. Yeah. That would be.
And they got a lot of programs going on there with the cadets and stuff too that day.
Sleeping in the basement and stuff would be crazy there. But again, Centenary University, there's one ticket available. Thank you, Veronica.
7 o'clock.
Is it 7?
Or that's going to be the event that starts this weekend. Okay. 7 o'clock.
You sure it's 7?
It's right there.
Okay. But like I said, if you want that one ticket, it's available. All the other tickets are available for Centenary, the June event, August, Halloween weekend. That's going to be a big one because we're going to have a special guest for that. We just don't know who it is yet. And then November. Those are the only things that are available right now, or Centenary University. I didn't want to release them all at one time, but that's the way they choose to do it, is what it is. Yeah. But so yeah, if you see us again, it will probably be from the Creeper Thursday night at 7:30, I would assume. I know there's some new stuff there. Yeah. Trying to get back in, and I have a new piece of equipment that is being built as we speak. That should be really, 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 really cool. And I don't want to say what it is. I don't know when exactly I'm getting it. I know the person is working on it right now. And this thing will be really, really bad ASS. When you see it, the way it looks, the way it performs, really, really cool. But I probably won't be getting it, I would imagine, at least for another 2 weeks, maybe a little more than that. But when I'm able to use this thing on lives and at events.
So hopefully you'll be able to use it at Camp Evans with John Zaffis. March 9th, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't see why not. But
That'd be nice.
that's what we're doing. Again, good seeing you guys after being not being on for a couple of days. It seems like longer. Happy Valentine's Day to
all
everyone.
of you. Yep.
No matter what you're doing, who you're celebrating with, have a good time. We'll be having dinner somewhere, and I'll try to forget that I was given the finger and say that I have piss yellow aura. I'll try to.
I didn't say that. I said yellow.
Put that all aside. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it. Yeah. All you guys, your thoughts and prayers for my sister.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. She's in the ICU, pretty serious, and that's what I've been dealing with. But she's fighting. She's getting better. So I appreciate it. So we'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you, as always, for your support.
And I will be looking into the cruise for 2025.
But the mine, should have an answer by the time we do our next live where we sit down and talk. And I should be able to make an announcement on what we're doing and how we're going to do that. So looking forward to that one. That'll be really cool. And we'll discuss as a group where we want to go for the next overnight, where we rent the building. Again, any ideas, send them to the message box, New Jersey Paranormal. I'm talking about a real cool place. I want to go somewhere where we drive 4 or 5 hours and we investigate. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you, Colette. I appreciate it. Thank you, Luann. I appreciate it.
Have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please, please remember to be kind to your fellow man. Good night.